Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to the Nintendo Switch video. We've got some awesome topics for you guys, so let's go ahead and jump right in. And for the first one, Nintendo is happy that more third-party developers are showing interest in the Nintendo Switch after their introduction video. So Nintendo said that, quotations, they're happy additional third-party publishers showed interest in the Nintendo Switch after our introduction video last week. So this is coming from big dudes over at Nintendo, Tatsumi Kimishima and the crew. And I have to say this, guys, like obviously what's going to dictate whether this system really gets third-party support is going to be the sales and fan interest. If consumers are buying the Nintendo Switch, then the device will be getting third-party support. If the Nintendo Switch is powerful enough, which it's getting games like Skyrim, and it's going to be getting other third-party games that are going to be on PS4 and Xbox One, so it will be powerful enough when it all comes down to it, and it does have the architecture that is way different from the Wii U that developers really like more, NVIDIA GeForce architecture, then yeah, it's going to get that third-party support. It's on Nintendo to sell this system with their first-party games and bring out quality third-party games and help some of these third-party developers get their games on their system, like EA, From Software, Atlas, Arc System Works, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Capcom, Gung Ho, Hamster, Marvelous, Level 5, Konami, Koei Tecmo, Inti Creates, all of these dudes that are already signed up that we saw on that infograph. Yeah, all of those dudes are making games for the Nintendo Switch. And when those games come out and the Nintendo Switch starts selling, you're going to see those games sell too. So really, it just comes down to Nintendo busting their butt with marketing, busting their butt with adding features to the system, busting their butt with just making sure this is the best launch that they can have, and continue the momentum bringing out their first-party games at a constant rate and get third-party games advertised, ready to go, promoted, do all the things that you need to do, and you're going to see more third-party developers see interest because fans are going to be buying it, and you're just going to see more third-party games sell that way. So it comes down to just that, guys. There's really not any type of rocket science or anything. People are making up all these things. It just comes down to sales. All the other stuff will take care of itself. The architecture, the power, all that stuff will take care of itself. We've already seen enough with Bethesda doing Skyrim. We've already seen enough, okay? So that's just what I have to say on that. More sales, more third-party games. Really comes down to that, guys. Next, I want to move into something that people wanted me to get into about what Pete Hines said back in September. This was before the Nintendo Switch reveal, back when it was just Nintendo NX. And Pete Hines kind of talked about how they will support the system if it's as powerful as Xbox One. So here was the question from a website that asked Pete Hines about this. So he said, so if the NX was announced in the next few days or weeks, and it's as powerful as Xbox One or higher, then Pete Hines went on to say, quotations, then it will absolutely be something that we consider. Okay, let's say they come out and say tomorrow it does X, Y, and Z. Well, Dishonored 2 is way down the road. It's not in the conversation, but anything that is in development, I think we take a look and see technically, does it line up with what they're doing? And then to your point, of course, we always want to look at what we're doing from an audience standpoint. But I think that we have a number of things that might appeal to the Nintendo audience. Maybe it's not as appealing as Super Smash Bros. Or it doesn't appeal to that exact same audience, but that doesn't mean that there isn't an audience still there. So that's the thing, guys. And Skyrim, I think, is a great game to put out on the Nintendo Switch because that is something that would appeal to Nintendo fans. There's always those Zelda and Skyrim comparisons, even though they're not similar games at all. People always have those comparisons. So I definitely think that could be a game that does well on the Nintendo Switch, even though it's really old at this point. But I'm pretty sure I would just buy it just so I can have portable Skyrim. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool, and I think it pretty much, like I said, it takes care of itself. Obviously, he said if it's higher than Xbox One or more, then yeah, it's something that they consider. They're considering it. So I think the power is definitely going to be there. There's been a lot of speculation and talk on it's way weaker or if it's a little bit weaker, 3 to 4 times more powerful than Wii U, whatever the case is. Guys, it's a custom chip. It might work a lot harder, have less raw power that you see on the actual spec sheet. We need to actually just wait and see for this device to come out. But I don't think this device is going to have a problem porting over PS4 and Xbox One games. I'm pretty sure Nintendo made sure that won't be a problem, especially going with NVIDIA GeForce architecture and all of that. Next, I want to get into the main topic, and we're going to talk about how Final Fantasy 15 director Hajime Tabata is enormously interested in the Nintendo Switch. So let's go ahead and get right into what he had to say about it. And I think this kind of plays in hand with what Nintendo said after the reveal video, more developers are interested. So he says, quotations, it is a machine that interests me enormously as a player, but also as a developer, he told French site Gameblog. According to a rough translation via Google, Nintendo Switch, which can turn into a joystick, which can be put in a dock, which can move, on which one can replace elements, it's been a while since I thought I would like to make games on Nintendo machine. So if Nintendo Switch can be the opportunity, I will be delighted. So this is definitely good news. I talked about how I would love to see Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo Switch, and shout outs to Jay Turner for bringing this story to my attention. But this is something that I would really like to see. And once again, people are worried about the power, people are worried about the size, the space, how many gigabytes that it's going to be able to, guys. They're going to make it work. If they want to make it work, they're going to make it work. You know why they're going to make it work? Because the architecture is finally there, guys. It's not like PowerPC. It's not where you have to make a bunch of different cuts and different things. This is definitely going to be a more developer-friendly architecture. They're going to have it there. The power is going to be there enough. If it's on Xbox One, it can play on Nintendo Switch. I don't know where the power lies in with the Nintendo Switch, but if it's going to be a custom Tegra X2 chip, it's going to have plenty of power, guys. It's going to have enough power to run Xbox One games. That's just it. That's just the fact. That's the fact of the matter. So I definitely think seeing stuff like this is good. Developers want to see success. Developers want to see stuff that consumers are excited in. This is a completely different attitude that Square Enix is taking compared to the Wii U, and you have to look at it from the portability factor. Japan loves portables. If you have a portable version of Final Fantasy 15, tell me that's not going to sell well in Japan. It will, even if it's released months and months after the PS4 version, which it will be. It does not matter. The fact that it's portable, or it can be portable, is a big plus for the Japanese market, and a big plus for here too. I mean, it does both, and it's going to have that power to run the game. I think things are lining up. Guys, Nintendo Switch isn't going to get every single freaking developer who makes games on PS4 and Xbox One. That's not going to happen, but it's on Nintendo to pull guys like Tabata onto the system to get those big games like Final Fantasy 15, to see if they can work with Take-Two, see if they can work with Bethesda. Get the main ones. Not going to get everything. Maybe you're not going to get Gearbox, which would suck if no Borderlands 3, but at the same time, get what you can and put out your games, and you're going to have a successful system. So that's really what it comes down to. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks, and everything in gaming. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you for the next video. Peace.